Alright, here is a picture of Ronald Paul Hayes, and his friend Chad Sadlak. I met Chad Sadlak playing bicycle polo, and yeah, so Ron Hayes lives in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I met him at CCAC. I helped him with his LinkedIn profile and also his resume. I met him, he was working at CCAC as a tutor, but his title was allegedly Coordinator of Academic Support for Student Life at Community College of Allegheny Campus. To make this bigger. And he worked at CCAC. At one point in time, he eventually, unfortunately got fired, I think related to drug usage, like cocaine, heroin, or something. But in any case, prior to that, he had contacted me and asked me for some help with some money, and I didn't know the situation. So let's go to the beginning of the conversation. June 18, 2015, from Ron Hayes. As you can see, Ron Hayes, here is his profile picture. To this day, this is what it is. But here you can kind of see same picture. Here's again. Here's profile picture. It's not looking up. And yeah, the picture. So if I just zoom back out. All right. Are you out there? I cannot currently answer phone calls due to family sleeping. I told him to call me. That was my phone number at the time. He cannot talk. His girlfriend Jamie just went to sleep. He was living with his girlfriend. I knew nearby. He was living nearby where I was living. Can you chat on here on Facebook? Yep. His life is a wreck. What's wrong? He has kidney stones. Allegedly has kidney stones. He's been out of work for 2 weeks. Allegedly. I'm pretty sure that these were lies, but I don't know with certainty. It doesn't even matter at the moment. He started back working this week. Can I help him? He needed money, I guess, for not being out of work and not being paid or whatnot. Zoom out just so it fits all on one screen. Okay. So how much? Maybe I can help him. It depends on how much he needs, how much help he needs. He was willing to sell his trophy bike. This is all right. Whatever can be spared. He said 100 to 300 in 2 weeks. I had a decent amount of money, not too much, but I suspect he probably recognized since my generosity. And I do recognize since this time he has taken advantage of many other people, including John Papakis, who had contacted me. And it's been really frustrating to deal with hearing of other accounts where Ron Hayes has been taking advantage of other people. But in any case, Ron Hayes stated he needed $100 to $300. How much you need and when you will be able to pay it back. So he needed $100 to $300, and he'd be able to pay it back in 2 weeks. Sounds good to me. I played bicycle polo with him. Met him at CCAC. I was a student there, and he was staff, and he was pretty. I mean, I did eventually learn he. I don't know exactly when. Maybe. After whatever, that he has had drug history problems, and he essentially relapsed after this situation. So anyway, this date, yeah, so let me just go through a little more. So I'd rather hand it to him in person to make sure that he gets it, and I did meet him outside of the fence. It took him a long while to get outside of the house after I arrived. But he eventually did. It was very shady. I mean, no statements. He was suspicious if anyone was nearby to see. So he eventually did come out. Okay, I saw where he was directing me to on his street. I saw the Beware of Dog sign, and I stood by the gate after having slid it under the gate, so on his side of the gate he could grab it. He did come sneak out and get it. Don't know about this. There was a car at the time. The car just passed by. It drove by. It was kind of late, early morning, so maybe 3 a.m. or so. There were some people walking, passing by. And I waited till he confirmed that he had it. And I saw him. I mean, I heard some sounds coming from inside of the house to outside. And yeah, so he grabbed it. I had my mobile phone on me, so I was sending Facebook messages to him using my mobile phone, and I had been leaving by then. So he thanked me. He said, "You were not here if anyone asks." Okay. And thanks for the secret mission, dude. Yeah, that really hurts. Okay, so this is not intended to be some sort of secret mission. You needed help. I helped you. I don't know if I didn't know, and I don't know if you were being malicious or nefarious or trying to be exploitative to take advantage of me, or if you were just being genuine. I mean, that in 2 weeks or reasonable amount of time that you'd be able to pay me back, Ron Hayes. He didn't know himself until tonight's debacle. Do you know yourself now, Ron Hayes? He wanted to say thank you so much, that I really helped him out. He fears not sleeping. Alright, so June 24th, he thanked me for helping him out the other night. I totally saved his butt for the time being. He has been working on acquiring funds. It's been over 2 years now. Are you still working on acquiring funds, Ron Hayes? To get back to me and maybe ahead of schedule. Alright, cool. You might be ahead of schedule and paying me back. Thank you so much, Ron Hayes. I look forward to getting the $300 back that I loaned you under the idea that you were desperate for help. He just wanted me to know that he appreciates me. Alright, thank you very much, Ron Hayes. He also has valued my friendship. Alright, in what way do you value my friendship, Ron Hayes? I'm curious. And he hugged me with a text surrounded by asterisks. And he would like to get in touch with me ASAP on June 29th. He hasn't been able to get in contact with me. Yeah, you can get in contact with me. You're not getting in contact with me. You're just ignoring me. You've been ignoring me for over 2 years. You blocked me on Facebook a year ago. Your girlfriend, Jamie Strait, blocked me on Facebook over 2 years ago. You've ignored most of my phone calls. You've ignored phone calls from my mother, who is also now living here in Pittsburgh and doing pretty well, attending Bidwell Training Facility. And yeah, so anyway, no emergency, just trying to stay in touch so he can figure out how to repay me. Am I awake? Yeah. So 30th, next day. Okay. He's wondering if I can get him a call. I've tried calling. Alright. I was speculating. I speculated he's being quite suspicious. It's maybe over. I think it's over 2 weeks now. July 1st, 2015. So it started June 18th. 2 weeks. So it's almost 2 weeks. It's the last picture. He considers us friends. Friends help one another. Friends pay back what is borrowed. Even if you move to California, just be accessible. Yeah, I've stayed in Pittsburgh since 2012. I have no intention of leaving. I don't know why that idea came out, but anyway, it is really simple. Just let it be simple. So yeah, Ron Hayes, just let it be simple. Please return my money. Unfortunately, it's not so simple, apparently. Alright, so here's Facebook profile for Ron Hayes, and I go here and go to this. If I paste it from this Facebook account, I'm blocked. I mean, yesterday I was not blocked. I did notice I had another account that I had deactivated a long time ago. A picture of my hands. And Ron Hayes was friends with that account, but he didn't remove it. He didn't block this account because he couldn't. It was deactivated, but it's activated now. And yesterday it was activated, and I sent some messages. I noticed I was still friends with Ron Hayes, so I tried to follow up with him, and I sent pretty much referring to those pictures, the conversation back in 2015, to Ron Hayes to see if he had any response. He has not been responding to me, to my mother, etc. So I know Nico Paris, who's been excellent with bicycle polo. I think a little bit he might have helped Ron Hayes out a little. I think Ron approached Nico also and tried to ask for some help or whatever. Well, some of it I wasn't there for, but I did observe some of it at bicycle polo meetups, and I think he helped out. But in any case, I sent a message asking if Nico helped out too, and just to figure out if Ron paid Nico back, and if not, then it makes sense why Ron didn't pay me back. But if he did pay Nico back, why isn't he paying me back? And I kind of can answer possibly that question, but it's anyway. I don't know if Nico is paid back yet or not. Trying to calculate why I wasn't paid back or whatnot. Anyway, I don't know. I sent a message to Ron Hayes. I sent a message to some of his family. I noticed on his Facebook profile, which I don't think is public. I think it's only if you have friends access. Yeah, if you're friends with this account, then you can see some of the family members and relationships. But if you're not, then it's not available. But anyway, I did while I was friends with him on this account. Some of his sisters and cousins and brother-in-laws or whatnot. I sent group messages to Ron Hayes and the other person one at a time. Pretty much just briefly referencing that I loaned Ron Hayes $300 back in June 18th, 2015, over 2 years ago, and he stated he'd pay me back in 2 weeks. It's been over 2 years. He has avoided calls from my mother and myself, and also blocked me on Facebook a year ago. His girlfriend blocked me on Facebook 2 years ago, and I would very much like to know when I will be reimbursed. Tracy Crowley. So let's go here. Tracy Crowley. Anyway, so yeah, so that is the account. But anyway, I sent a message to Ron Hayes and Tracy Crowley. Why is this showing up twice? Okay, Jerry Hayes and Ron Hayes, and Summer Hayes and Ron Hayes. As you can see, Tracy Crowley, nobody has read it or shown read status. No read status. It has not been read. It hasn't been read. Just sent. Christy Lee. Okay, so this message has been seen by Ron Hayes. Message to Ron Hayes and Christy Lee. So as you can see, I sent this message 5:26 a.m. today on September 27th, 2017. I'm live streaming this video, so this is the date, just earlier this morning. And Christy Lee and Ron Hayes got this message, and Ron Hayes read this message. Can I make this bigger just to show this symbol? So you can see it. This is the icon for Ron Hayes and not for Christy Lee. You can kind of see here a little bit the Christy Lee logo. Just smaller. Okay, Christy Lee. Yeah, so this is the picture for Christy Lee. It's pretty much the same. This is a large version. You can see her face here and his face there. So this is a smaller version. I think I can. No, I can't click it. But yeah, that's the same picture. Anyway, so I sent this message. Ron Hayes read it. Christy Lee has not yet. But Ron Hayes. This was the group message with Jamie Schreiner, and Ron Hayes. But Jamie left the group, and Ron Hayes has blocked me already, as you can have already seen. And the message also to Sherry Thomas Rubel and Ron Hayes. And Ron Hayes didn't look at this one. He looked at one or two or something and blocked me without looking at the rest. I mean, I'm sure Ron Hayes knew already the reason I was contacting him. The only reason that I would contact him in his mind probably is to get money back. And I have tried to contact him for other reasons, but I mean, he hasn't been talking to me for over a year, so it's been really nothing else to contact him for. He hasn't been contacting me back to get money. He did contact my roommate, Pat Doss, who I'm currently living with, and is really frustrating situation with Patrick Doss. Anyway, that's another separate issue. He's still in touch with Patrick Doss, and Ron Hayes is still in touch with several of our other mutual friends, including Nico Paris and many others. I mean, he has hundreds, nearly 1,000, maybe more than 1,000 of friends on Facebook. But anyway, so just going back to the default interface, you can see that the messages, this tab, if I open this message here, it doesn't actually show his name anymore. if I go with the message with Ron Hayes and Annie Hayes Fiedler, who left the group also, you can see their names do not appear here. If I go to message with Summer Hayes, you can still see Summer Hayes' name here and Ron Hayes in the tooltip, but undefined in the embedded title. Anyway, so I sent these messages to Ron Hayes. I definitely am disappointed that Ron Hayes is being evasive and not responding or acknowledging any of the efforts to get lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. Any not willing to get what? Alright. So I just took a printout of his profile at the time when I had access to it. It's not that it doesn't look exactly, it's a PDF printout. But this is what his profile looked like when I had access to his friendship as a friend. And this was in the way. Oh well. September 24th in Baldwin, 2:23 p.m. He sent a message, a post on his wall, and various responses. September 24th, September 22nd, 2 days before, he posted YouTube video. August, this is 7 years ago, August 31st, 2017, just a month ago, he posted a picture of family, maybe. August 26th, he posted something. So he's fairly active. He's definitely having internet access. He definitely has money. I know for a while he was fired and not having work and he had to move away from his home. He was living with his girlfriend and nearby where I was living at the time, and had to leave to move elsewhere. I think he was living with his girlfriend's father or family or something. I did even a couple months ago go to visit who I thought was possibly related to Ron Hayes to try to let them know the situation, but they didn't really know much in it. I mean, I think they contacted Jamie straight, but otherwise I'm sure that there's a lot of saying different things to different people, a lot of lying, covering up that this $300 incident of loaning money, perhaps. I mean, I don't know what Ron Hayes is saying to who, but I do know that he is not being responsible or accountable. So anyway, I do look forward to I don't know what I look forward to. I met John at CCAC. He was a student there, and he's also pretty nice person. Alright, so I got about 6 months of span of in this PDF that I just printed, saved the file. Yeah, so again, Ron Hayes, if you, I can't see any of that from his public profile. Everything is back from 2016 and before. But just a little bit. I mean, you can see this too, just going to ron.hayes.73 at facebook.com. Of course, his friends list is already private. Anyway, can't really see much. But anyway, living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Definitely, I hope, Ron Hayes, if you're willing to ever reimburse me, I guess, alright, I don't know what I guess. Take care, thanks for watching.